Let's go back to the old days. Is this recording? Tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on? Hey, how's it going? It's counting down, I can tell. Sometimes it takes a while. Some kind of massive, just like. I was researching something, and I looked up something. I was trying to think of something. Oliver Twist. That's what I remember now. And Fagin, the little, like, psycho guy, thieving bastards, and all that. Little club, little street gang, fucking hooker pimp relationship kind of crap. Prison guys playing psycho games, or whatever they do. I can't give. I could give some examples, but I don't want to give some examples because they're not like, good enough ones, I guess, that really make get the point across. Kinda, but people pretending to be like demonic entities or ghosts or shit. So you go to sleep and they're like switching your fucking coffee with something else, or they go. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I was in a town one time, and there were all these like people. I'm sorry. I try to be. Okay, I think everyone is equal. My mistake. But I try to think of people as equals and stuff. But no, these people were like less than high school educated. They were like from abused kind of people. They all hung around at this like local bar. I was just trying to rent a room and meet or hang out with my son or something. My ex shows up with like water balloons, throwing paper air. She goes to the dollar store and buys like a bag full of water balloons. Then she buys like these wind up rubber band airplane things or something, puts them all together, shows up, wants to pretend to be friendly, and shows up, and then like, my kids making excuses all the time. Well, that wasn't a very smart thing to do, and everything. Like, what the? Then she was like throwing. I'm standing outside. She didn't know I was there. I'm standing outside and I'm looking around the corner. And she's around the corner with taking these bag of water balloons. She's throwing them up and thinking it's my window. And she had the wrong window. And she threw like water balloons in somebody else's window at this motel above the bar. And they were like, "What the hell's going on?" And I think it was a girl or a guy. I don't know. I can't remember. They were like freaking out. "What the hell's going on? Oops, did I get the wrong window? I thought that was your window." And then whipping cars are driving by, and she's throwing these like airplanes and things at these cars or whatever, and then like a really almost caused like a major accident. And this minivan like pulls over. Guy gets out. "What the hell's going on?" I'm like coming out going, "What the?" He's like, "Who did that?" And she was standing there going, "Oh, these other kids, they went that way." And I'm like, "What the hell?" I'm just standing there. I could have ratted her out right there. But I'm just standing there in shock going, like, what? This is like, I'm looking at an anthropological experiment. Like, I don't know. And I'm just looking, right? Well, so I'm in, and then these people, I had like everybody, I got a big lighter. I'm a guy. Hey, where's all the black? Can I buy a black one? You got to buy the black lighter if you're a guy, that kind of deal, right? So I had a black lighter, and it's a brand new one, right? I go to the store, buy a lighter, sit down, hanging out with some people or whatever, have a smoke. Next thing I know, I turn around, I go to the bathroom or something, I come back, I go to light my smoke, my lighter seems to be out of fluid. Oh, well, I guess that was done. That's crap. I bought a brand new lighter and it's gone. Oh, well, so then I go buy another one, come back, and then, all of a sudden, only takes like twice or something. Then I, turn around, go to the bathroom, go get a coffee, come back, I'm in the kitchen or something, and then I go to light something, cigarette. Oh, lighter doesn't work. What the heck? Wait a minute. Okay. So I go back to the store. I buy like a pink one or something. These people are just fucked up. Okay. So I buy a pink one. What's this game? What's this game? Nobody wants to tell me. I just called the Toronto hospital. I just called the I talked to someone at the desk there, a doctor thing, or not a doctor, maybe, I don't know, but somebody, some student name goes, and then they were like, "Oh, I was like, maybe try the psychiatry department." So I go call the psychiatry department. Talk to them, asking them about this stuff. These apparently narcissistic psychopath personality types or something, right? Then they give me a number for some kind of local mental health thing, and I call and talk to the secretary or some other, person that's supposed to be dealing with this stuff. And I'm thinking, what's a community mental health center going to tell me compared to a psychiatrist in like the broke ass part of town or something, right? So they call and they're like, "Oh, I have to put you through to our expert here." And for all I know, the guy was a janitor. For all I know, they're like, "Hey, Fred, take this call. Will you just listen to the guy and whatever?" Hey, thanks, computer. You know, when I'm using something, why don't you shut up? Okay? Thank you for not, like, ruining my video here. But yeah, get lost. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's the computer. And what are you doing spinning the mouse here? Go away. I'm busy using a program. Learn that a program is in use. The user is using a program. Do not disturb. What's your malfunction? So anyways, you know, I'm talking, like, tell the guy, okay, I'm writing a report for the United Nations, you know, as well as a little research project I'm doing here. That's Project Primate. That's one section, Scorpion, and then Primate Management Defense Guide, PMS, Primate Management Services, the Primate Handlers. They walk amongst us in these little cults. I tell them all about these groups online that think they're part of some satanic cult or some Madame Blavatsky kind of crap, and they're or whatever. Like I value the information, but you can get to the point. You can get to the point instead of listening to like Manny P. Hall talking for 7 hours, or you can read like 2 paragraphs and get the whole synopsis, right? And like or listen reading all this crap. Alistair freaking I like to slit little boys' throats while I, you know, bang them in the ass. That's not funny, but I'm just amazed that I actually I'm not amazed, but that's not the kind of way I want to be talking. But no, that's sick. Really, it's like totally sick, and like I just can't believe there's people that think that's okay or something, and they're like, "This guy's cool. He wrote some really weird stuff." And then Satan means pie, so I think you're all fucking idiots, you know, with the Hollywood Illuminati, Luciferian, Satanic, and then all your free man gurus, Bob Manure, and all the other fucking can't figure fucking shit out or talk about the 12-year-old girl Victoria Grant from years ago. She's probably like 20 now or something. And the John Quaid won't go near it. Ash Quetzy won't go near it. They're all just a bunch of fucking agents and losers and snake oil salesmen. The fake priest guy I met who I tried to, you know, say that he's a fake priest, and all he does is change his name. Still there, doesn't get charged, nothing. Maybe there was some kind of threat because he like left the province he was in, goes somewhere else to try and hide or whatever. So whatever, right? Really whacked out crazy shit. And all these people online, I knew a guy, whatever, I still don't know, I guess, but they pretend they're in some kind of satanic cult, which is like just fucking retarded. You're in a pie cult, but you don't learn about math? That's kind of like, no offense, really. Whenever people say that, it totally is like, I don't mean to offend you here, but no, yeah, I kind of am, but not. It's not really intentional. I'm just using it as an objective story. Meet this girl, you know, apparently alleging to be instigated by like agents of some kind, or you know, the our I'm not gonna. I want to say it, but I'm not making. She alleged, you know, why I say was it like the RCMP? She's like, well, you know, I don't know, maybe, who knows? You know, never a straight answer. But I don't know, or what motivated you? What did you do this for, right? And then she thinks she's a Wiccan, and then she studied talking about the Wiccan horn god, and I'm like, yeah, that's a Loki, the same shit as Loki, and then that's all just the fucking crescent moon. So why aren't you studying astronomy? Like, what's the deal? Let's just like you know, take the lead path of least resistance, and we're gonna study, like, we're just gonna pretend Loki's real, and we're gonna make up stories about Loki and talk about what he dressed like and who he's sleeping with, and you know what he ate on Thursday for lunch. Like, what the fuck? I totally don't get it. And then like I meet some other woman that's part of. I got my family or somebody's in the RCP, and then they're all walking around doing this like Masonic fucking religion shit. Happy Ashtarte. Shh. A whole town of like really whacked out Bible Belt Christian types from like you'd think somewhere in the deep south that have been left alone with their sister and brother and shit for too long, and the cow and the sheep, and then I'm like, what the hell? Well, they do it for the money. Really, really, because in the normal world, the primate would probably just like be cool, getting along like the Native Americans or something. Let's go, well, they didn't get along 100%, Yeah, shut up. Oh yeah, shut up. A modernized version of our species with just hanging out with growing like gardens of Babylon and growing banana plants and everybody eating nice and corn and banana plants and have a feast. Like all when the Italians hang out or something like that or whatever, right? But no, not all these people. Then I start wondering, like, if these other foreign people are right, thinking all these white people are just fucking psychotic. They got the total psychotic gene. I hear them talking, right? Whatever. I've heard them. They think you're all crazy. They think you're murderers and fucking racist and everything like that. Whatever. They just quiet. Just pretend. Maybe the white people won't look at us. Shh. Right? Whatever. So I'm like, what's the point? So they did it for the money. What? Because you can't be a primate and grow bananas and corn? So you just want to like do all these elaborate schemes and make up all this mythological weird shit and just like pilfer people at it's a giant game. Let's play. Shh, just hide. We're gonna get their confession and then pretend we're demons and just haunt them and play gang stalking games and gaslighting tactics and really, did I miss something there? Obviously, like, and no, I don't know. So where was I? Because this is just what the fuck. So these people came and tell me. Maybe I made them nervous. I'm like, oh, there's these people online. They pretend to be like a satanic cult. They pretend to be like some theosophy or some other shit. But this is what they really are. They think they are, and then they pretend to be like Christians or like good people and go around like, how can I help you, brother? Let's save, and then tell us your confession. Tell me a secret, right? And then they try to haunt you with it. You can make something up. Like my ex would do that. Try to play the game like, hey, apparently not too bright, but 10 years later or something, hey, tell me a secret. Oh, is this, and then I'm thinking, oh, this like that really weird psycho shit she used to do like years ago. So I just make something up and you tell them, and then what? They're going to try and haunt you with it? Or I look up fake shit online and I go and stay at this place at a shelter one time after I get screwed around by some agent girl named Shalandria trying to claim that the RCMP made me do it. They threatened my kids and they made me do it. And who do you work for? I'm not working for nobody. I'm just fucking trying to study this shit and find out what the hell's going on. And then somebody lied about physics. And then I go and read a law dictionary. And then everybody's like, oh, you think you're some kind of sovereign king or something? It's just a guy who likes to read. What's your fucking problem? Getting all huffy puffy. And then like I ask, then they try to play psycho games. And then every province, every one of them the same way. So I try to twist things around, or not twist it in a bad way, but I try to manipulate it so I can get them to tell me, or get confirmation that there's some kind of psycho game playing or whatever. Where do you live? I domicile anywhere I please in the former geographical region known as Canada. Oh, okay. How old are you? Well, if we sit down over here on the curb there, officer, I might be able to try to figure out how many suns and moons I've seen go by, and I'll give you a rough estimate. And he's got his pen and the paper, and he just stops and he looks at me, and he points the pen, and he says, you know what? That's not bad. I'm like, what the fuck? Right? Then some other thing, trying to talk about somebody doing some weird shit. Some guy pretending he's a ghost, slamming doors, jumping up and down. And then I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it was ghosts. This guy, Norm B. Norman B. Motel fucking psycho guy or something in fucking Fredericton. Trying to do these psycho games. I'm telling him I'm an atheist. He goes around telling everybody I'm a Christian and religious or something like this. And I'm like, oh, no. And then I know I don't believe in this. Why'd you go tell people that? Well, you never know. You never know. That's what he did. That's what he said. Pretty sure I recorded him too. Right? I don't give a fuck anymore if I tell, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I've had enough. What are you going to do? So I call the UN. They want to rat out as soon as I call. The third time I call the UN. Right? As soon as I call. lights go out, phone goes out, internet goes down, but this time just my phone, right? I was already pre-planning. I'm like, okay, I'm recording, here I go. What's gonna happen as soon as I dial the number? The power gonna go out, the fucking internet gonna go down like the last two times in the two different towns in two different provinces? I dial the number, all of a sudden, really weird static, and then the call fucking disconnects. So I call the phone company. Was your phone card working all right? Everything okay? Trying to dial this number. Did I dial it right? Yeah, you dialed it right. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's try again. Dial again. Bring, bring. Hi, Officer Special Prosecutor, please. Hi, here, and they email me some information, right? What? What? I wear these Superman shirts all the time. This guy moves in, checks into the room below me at the Fredericton there, checks into the room below me. Every time I go out on the balcony, wherever I have a smoke in the morning, or I go out, as soon as I walk out, he comes running out. Hey, and this is the weird part. Is I'm not trying to mock people, or something, but he's like 6 foot tall albino guy. They had this thing with get the 6'4", white hair, Bill Donahue, pale blue eye guys. One of them sits at my table, starts trying to tell me the base didn't exist that I trained at or something. Sits at my table in a restaurant, just comes over. Hi, mind if I sit down? I'm like, okay, yeah, right. How you doing, agent? Just like the nurse I slept with in Alberta, when she comes over and starts like saying weird stuff. Oh, and I jumped off the topic. Because then I'm at that one time after the agent girl that claimed to be working for somebody that tried to screw me around. A year later, I'm in Toronto. I'm jumping all over, but I want to get this out. I don't want to be a long time because I got to upload this. It's going to take a while. So then a year later, I'm at this place. I'm running out of money. I decide to go check into a shelter for like the second time in my life. And I only went the first time when I was traveling to Saskatchewan, and I took off from some like weird place, and I was low on some cash. So I go to try and stay at this Salvation Army for a couple of days. First time in my life, right? That's where the guy checked in. I'm like, oh yeah, cop shoes, cop haircut, talk. You're not like the same as the regular people here. Something different about you. Wants to be my friend, wants to go for a walk. And that's the guy, when I started saying about the flat and round earth, and he was like, it's an oblate spheroid. That's where that came from, right? So a year later, I'm at this place. I check into this shelter just for a couple of days. I did it on purpose, just as an anniversary celebration. A year later, on Friday, October the 13th, when this psycho girl tried to pretend something a year before on Friday, November the 13th, right? So I go to this shelter for like a couple days or something like that before I was going to leave town. They cut off my pensions, trapped me there for 6 weeks, bring in some guy who called himself the Solutions Man. Everybody else is a crackhead and a bum, and like either that or they were the foreign people section where they put me after a while. With the foreigners coming into the country, the refugees and stuff, like a little different class. At the other side was all crackheads and drunks and like really weird schizophrenic people, and five guys that think they're Jesus and everything. And like, so then they trap me there, and this guy's like got a motor scooter, and he's like hanging around. And this other drunk guy who's an ex-cop that was staying at the shelter kept referring to him as, he called me. Oh, there was another guy showed up, an Australian guy, pretending to like transsexuals and be homosexual or something, wanted to be my friend. And then we go for a walk, and he's trying to talk to me about stuff. And then like we go back, and then this black woman walks past him, and like I figure he's like an agent or a rat or something like this, right? Black girl walks past, but they try to hide it. But I got, for some reason, if you're talking low, maybe not too far from me, maybe I can't hear you. But if you're like whispering 10 feet away, all of a sudden it's like really, it sounds like I got headphones or something. I can totally hear them. Right? So the black girl walks by, the social worker, something. Is he gay? And the Australian guy was like, no. And I'm like, whatever. I lead you on. You think that the janitor comes up. You know what I heard about former soldiers? The janitor. I never knew nothing. Nobody knew. And it's all fake. I plant fake info to see if they take the trail, right? You know what I heard about former soldiers? You like transsexuals? No, I actually don't. It's you fucking thanks, you loser. Whatever, right? But here's the. What else happened? Oh, the guy, the Solutions Man, he calls himself, right? His name was, I don't care anymore. I'm kidding. I don't care. Roland Schmerl is whatever his name was. He tells me the drunk cop guy calls. He was drunk one night. Comes walking by. He goes, "Hey there, Aussie cop and CSIS bitch." So what? And then the fucking guy takes me to a meeting or a presentation at the University of Toronto by CSIS on how the Iran or Iraq could get fucking nuclear, or somebody could hack their nuclear facility. And I like on a bar napkin, or like we went for wine and cheese, and I grab a napkin and I'm like, okay, here, the CSIS guy from CSIS, and then this other guy, Roland Solutions man, right? I'm on a bar napkin going here. Here's like a square, and here's like a section where your computer would be, and here's a line that comes in for the internet, and then here's something called the intranet. You don't, here's a concept, don't hook up the fucking controls for the nuclear power plant so that some fucking, kid from troll from the internet, from YouTube, fucking like set off the fucking bombs and shit. Right? And then they're like, oh, Jesus Christ, these fucking, wow, man. We got everybody else believing there's a serious threat in this punk with a fucking bar napkin. Then this other guy, Solutions Man, he comes, tells me, it's like, he's playing these weirdo fucking, like, NLP kind of shit things, and I'm like, tell me about this. The military taught me a bit of that, but only if I got captured, and I don't know how it all works, so why don't you tell me about it? He's like, my father left when I was a young man, and he never taught me. I had to learn on my own. Okay, well, thanks for the moral of the story there, asshole. So what's the deal? He's like, we run the drugs, we control what was he? Oh, I had it perfect. I had it perfect earlier. Sometimes I get it perfect, like 8 out of 10 times. The other times I make them up. He's like, we control the drugs, we sell the weapons, and we control the sex trade. Something like that. He didn't say control twice or whatever. I'm like, and he goes, that's the way the world is, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, I don't know, my mommy always taught me that the world is what you make it, so I guess you're somebody else's bitch. Boy, he didn't really take that too well. And then he saw some of the research I had at the time, which was nothing compared to what I have now. And that's the first time I saw the gulp and the look of fucking fear right down to the soul. And he knew, and then I was like, I wonder what I got, that these people are fucking, wow, they know I got something, and they're fucking nervous. Boy, did I ever see, like, fear, like, holy fuck. Right? But I don't know. Anyways. But I've had enough. I've had enough of shit. And what are they gonna do? Who gives a fuck? And besides, I used to, like, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I used to wear dragon hats all the time. One wore out. I couldn't find any more, so I go into the store one day and I see a Che Guevara hat. And I'm like, oh, that's just perfect. There's like a hat with a little Che Guevara patch. And then I went around going, being an asshole, London, Ontario. Hey, how you doing, officer? What do you think if I get like a Jesus patch, a JFK patch, a fucking Abraham Lincoln patch? I was a prick. And I was like, hey, you know what? What if you go tell the CIA to shoot Che twice and get me once? But guess what? I knew about Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi or whatever. Is that like Bin Laden's cousin? Bin HADen? You been HADen, bitches. So I'm like, what's the Obi-Wan Kenobi? If you strike me down, you make me more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Plus, if you go Klingon fucking samurai style, if you snipe me from a bush or something, I'm dead, I guess, maybe, because you don't hear the shot. I won't hear the shot. And next thing I know, I'll be all, part of the light and source and return to, the cosmic energy or whatever it is, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So then I'm like, so there, I die an honorable warrior's death. I'm hanging out in Valhalla going, fuck you! Right? So there you go, number 2, you're screwed. Number 1 was like Obi-Wan Kenobi, strike me down to become more powerful than that. Number 3 is like L. I go and join L. I go and join the light. And then, so my neural pattern might be lost and my consciousness might fade or something like that if I don't have a copy or the clone or whatever. But, I return to the source with the energy, and then I'm hanging out with the light. And then, if there's any semblance of consciousness there, I get to fucking hang out for eternity and wait for your monkey fucking ego to get ripped from you while you come screaming to join me for the rest of time. How's that for trying to, psychologically intimidate your opponent? I don't want to be like that, but that's kind of do it. So that's what I said. I'm just telling the whole story. Or at least large portions of it. So today, I've had enough of some shit. I kind of was starting to type a letter to somebody. I call their master. I call whatever. I call up, going, "Hey, I don't want to play these games. I want to go and I want to live somewhere. I want to cook a meal. I want to do my laundry. I want to live in peace and quiet. I want to study. And I want to fucking enough agents, enough fucking cops." If the guy had a lisp, 6 foot something, blonde hair, albino. What are they trying to pretend a Nazi? We're part of the Neanderthal Nazi fucking DNA thing. What are you, your psycho game? I don't know. But this other guy, I'm standing on the balcony there. Go have a smoke. He comes out. He's got a lisp. Why are you gonna mock me? Like I said, I don't mock people or nothing. But like, why are you gonna make fun of me or something? Because I'm wearing a Superman shirt. Because I know what it means. I show the guy, and he's like, "Oh, can I have that?" But then he doesn't tell anybody. He tells me the opposite stuff. This motel manager guy tells people I'm religious, doing the God of Gaps argument. You never know. Yeah, I do know. Yeah, they're celestial teapot flying spaghetti monster. Ever heard of Christopher Hitchens, bitch? And so this guy fucking comes out. I go out in the balcony, have a smoke or something. He comes out. Hey there, like Sylvester the cat making fun of me with the Superman. Hey there, Superman. How's it going, Superman? Hey, Superman. I'm like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, what are you, you're a cop, right? He's like, no. I'm like, you used to be a cop though, didn't you? He's like, well, yeah. And I go, yeah, because you're all fucking programmed like this to be this kind of fucking Biff Tannen, Flash Thompson, fucking goofball bullshit, provocateur, ball breaking, fucking taunting shit. So yeah, congratulations. How did I ever guess? Right? So enough. Really. So, and then I got like my ex from 20 years ago tries to call me up last year, pretend that she's my son and that my son wants to fucking contact me or something. And he's like, whatever, doing stuff, taking child support till he's 23. And I'm like, okay, stop now. No, nope, fuck you. How am I going to feed my kids? So I'm like, okay, bye. See you later, Ollie. I can't do this. Is not enough. Bye. Right? Then she pretends to be my kid, and the weird games playing. Then I learned all this thing, apparently narcissistic psychopathy. So I called the hospital today. I already know for months and stuff, but I'm trying to figure out stuff. I'm trying to write a report. I'm trying to make it look good, in a half-assed fashion. I do a nice recording explaining a bunch of stuff, saying, hey, this is a really in-depth. I got a project I'm working on. Could turn into a book or maybe a YouTube thing or something. But at the same time, I got like scumbags going to try and pilfer shit from underneath me. So I got to make these emergency upload videos from months and months ago or years ago now. And so I'm like, I'm going to say, oh, I got to get the weather. Oh, wow. The weather is affecting me. Pure tobacco cigarettes. So I'm like, so I want to write a report. I'm trying to do some studying. I'm working on a project. I'm trying to learn about these things. And so I call the hospital. I want to, can I speak to like the psychiatry department? I want to talk about this. And so I explain it to like 3 people. Or something, about 2. And then they're like, oh, well, maybe try the mental health department. So I'm like, okay, I try them. And then they're like, yeah, try the community mental health. I'm like, great. This is like, I went from professionals at a hospital to university who's probably smarter in some ways because they're learning new shit. It's all fresh in their mind. Then I went to the psychiatry part, and then it's supposed to be the pros, and they, can't answer the question. So I tried to play it off like when I was a kid working on a school project. And I call up somebody like, hey, I'm doing a school project and I'd like to get some information. Then they're usually a little more, a little more pleasant or informative. They want to share things. Oh, well, let me tell you all about this. Right? So then it starts going downhill. Then it's like some community mental health section. And I'm like, whoa, what is that? Oh, I'm not recording on my other device. So, do you want a copy? I can make another copy and turn it into an audio that we record twice. Now I can hear somebody outside and attract their attention. They can hear me too. But I call the community mental health thing. This is like, now I'm going downhill. Now I'm going from like fucking, big city downtown into the Harlem kind of stuff or something. No offense, and then but in a not in the good area, something we're gonna call the like nasty area of town, or maybe we just deal with crackheads and shit or something, or whatever. Who knows? Maybe they got other serious issues and problems, and they work hard and they're professionals, I guess. But I talked to one person, they're like, oh, I don't know, let me pass you through to the professional. And they passed me through to some guy. I explained the story briefly, tell him, I'm trying to understand this behavior. I don't understand this behavior. What motivates these people? I knew this cult online. I don't care anymore. There's a cult online pretending to be Christians, getting people's confession, attacking friends I know. Then I got my ex from 20 years ago. I got this other stuff. Then it compares with counterintelligence manuals I've been studying and gaslighting tactics and the narcissistic psychopathy. And then I was like, all of them were like, you would not believe the hundreds upon hundreds, even maybe, of videos on YouTube about the subject of narcissistic psychopathy. But I'm just trying to understand what in the hell is broken, other than like maybe the amygdala, and they have no empathy and shit, or some kind of psychotic fucking primate thing that they learn to try and like what? And then the people that do it on purpose and for extended periods of time, it's part of their job, like agents or cops that like, hey, Superman, who the hell, what is wrong with them? What motivates them? What is the purpose? What do they, why do they spend so much time doing all this sick, twisted fucking shit and not just like growing bananas and corn? Seriously, I don't know, but I kind of do know. But it's fun to try to expose them and call up all kinds of people and just tell them the whole story. Because then they're like, "Oh, I got a meeting now." Well, then why? Everyone, they're all the same. This is a special line. I gotta, like, nobody has call waiting. They're like, this is an emergency line, or this is a special line. I might be expecting a call later, or I got a meeting to go to. I called this religious fraud organization, and the guy calls. I thought they were atheists. I call a bunch of atheist organizations. This one guy calls me, and I'm like, oh, so you're an atheist too? He's like, no, I'm a Christian. I'm like, oh, awkward. Well, let me tell you, Yoda's kind of cool. I like what he had to say. The same as Jesus, the golden rule, to do unto others as they do unto you. Let's talk. So we kind of talk a bit. But then after a while, the guy's like the same thing. Because I'm telling him stuff that he's never heard before. And then all of a sudden he's like, I gotta go write a letter to somebody overseas. Maybe we can talk another time. And the other guy today, I gotta go help somebody from like Zimbabwe or something. Maybe we can talk again. Or good luck with your research. You should really, this sounds like a fascinating subject. Maybe he's a psychiatrist. Maybe he's a fucking janitor. I don't know. Maybe they're just like, here, Jimmy, take this. Or whatever, right? So the guy, this is really fascinating, actually. So maybe he was like fascinated. Maybe he's never read in his medical journals much about this. Maybe I'm some guy gonna put together like a street version of some fucking Nobel Prize winning Journal of Medicine psychiatry thing or something, right? But I'm evolved to the point where I'm like, all right, maybe I'm a swan and a butterfly now, and you're all a bunch of caterpillars and ugly ducklings, and I can't find a fucking grown up to talk about this shit with on a goddamn serious level. So what do I do? Just become, now I gotta master like 5 different subjects like a polymath? Or what? Gonna be boy genius? What the fuck? Doesn't talk. Hey, this is really fucking cool Nobel Prize, dude. Alright. I had my fun. But seriously, some of this shit is just fucking disturbing. What else are you gonna do? And then, well, who cares? I rat you out. I fucking talk about you. I give away your name. I tell what you did. I don't care anymore. What are you gonna do? Who cares? Who cares? I don't give a shit, right? I don't care anymore. You want to keep pushing it? I don't give a crap anymore. You fucking stop, grow up, get real, or whatever. Because I ain't gonna stop. Maybe I'll take a day or two off, but if you fucking back off, maybe I'll chill out. Because I just want to cook a roast, rent a place, do some laundry. You just want to fucking take shifts and teams and fucking, I'm just one guy. You're like, packs of fucking hyenas. In a great battle between two mighty tigers, even a common dog can take down the victor, apparently, according to Sun Tzu. Well, there's something different because I already been in a couple of battles with some mighty tigers and I dealt with like dozens of hyenas and all you little trolls and shit. Back under your bridge. This is your friendly neighborhood psyops agent. Have a nice day. And for all the good people, take care and be well.